In Disney's proxy statements to investors campaigning to keep Bob Iger and the Walt Disney Company board in power, they're pointing to their achievements in successfully bringing Tron Light Cycle Run, Port of San Francisco, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and Toontown to the parks. The only problem is that all of those rides, attractions, and lands are actually busted. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. I'm Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, where we talk about streaming, theme parks, entertainment, and video games. Let's get into it. Launched several new and innovative, this is within the fiscal 2023, launched several new innovative attractions, including Tron Light Cycle Run at Walt Disney World, as well as Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Toontown Refresh, and San Francisco Square at Disneyland Resort.
And by the way, you could add, as Vash knows, to the crumbling jungle ride at Florida, the fact that Chopsaki Square is already falling apart, too.
Yeah.
The Torii Gate with the rotting pillars.
Right?
Well, Vash, go ahead and explain to everyone why he shouldn't be bragging about those.
Yes, I think so. So, even just right after, I mean, this was March of 19th of 2023. Again, this was right after, like a month after this portion of Disneyland opens with this refreshed Toontown right here. We're already experiencing problems. They're already having to close off portions of this fountain right here. The Donald's boat still, to this day, has never opened. But that didn't stop them from having to redo the artificial turf, not once, but twice in some areas. And they were forced to go ahead and redo like the Centennial Fountain again, for example, and even just recently as January of this year, this month, they are having more problems at this fountain right here. They just can't get that fountain right. But Tron, for example,
there you go.
They had problems there as well with people tearing into this decorative sidewall right here, which is not so unlike what happened at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway back in Walt Disney World, for example, right here. Some wear and tear right there. But Disneyland had its own problems as far as queue and maintenance and people tearing into these things because, well, they're forced to wait a long time in these queues and, well, people get destructive. So you can see right here some missing props right there. You can see right here some damage on these what is it, this condiment bar right here, this false condiment bar as part of the theming for this attraction. You can see right here some more missing elements right there, more missing elements right there. So, and then that brings us to, as you pointed out there, Lou, the Torii Gates as part of San Francisco that just opened. This is the finish work that this opened up with, by the way. This is not behind construction walls. This was finished product until they went back in there and at least adjusted some of these seams. But you can see right here some really, really bad finish work, and even Walt Disney World News Today actually had a story on it.
Instead of casting the pieces, what did they do?
They put up some sheet metal, folded into...
Took a real good guess, boss.
folded into various shapes.
They could have actually made sourdough bread models to use it over at the bakery and come up with something better.
But you do understand
work.
Yeah, but you do understand, like, if you go and look at some of the historic light poles, like the not the falling over killing people ones, but the ones that are, you know, she didn't die. Okay, but anyway, the light posts, they're cast. In the pieces that go around them, the surrounds. Correct. They're cast. Right. It's not plastic, garbagey, junkola stuff. These are like, and not only that, not that long ago when they built out DCA, this stuff was cast. It was literally, it was built out of steel.
Right. The original, I've seen the pictures of the original bridge. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
It was great.
It looks like a real bridge as opposed to something that happens. This looks like, and the thing that I asked Vash, and I still maintain that it's the best condemnation of Disney right now, is which Six Flags theme park did you see this at?
Yes. Yeah, I remember, but back in the day, Paul Presser famously said, if it's good enough for Six Flags, it's good enough for us. I never thought that mentality would resurface, but we're here. And even I showed you a bunch of Q photos earlier for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but to this day, you have the Mickey and Minnie car that comes out. That is stationary with the AA figures not moving. The physical prop hot air balloon, the carnival scene, that's not working. The door blocking the view of incoming trains is still stuck open.
How long was Donald with the Three Caballeros in Mexico headless?
That's a good point. I mean, it's just
oh my, this is Pressler all over again. I'm like, why are we're at like the strip mall mentality all over again, and it frustrates me because this is what comes of your obsession with forcing IP in places that were perfectly fine before you did it. San Francisco, whatever the heck this is supposed to be. I don't care if you're trying to shove Baymax in here. It's not going to work. Same thing with the Incredicoaster. By the way, the pier, all that stuff was great. You had to throw the Mickey Sunwheel thing on there, fine. But the rest of this is bologna sausage that you're doing in a park that started off was a huge problem.
Yes.
This park was a problem when they took over the parking lot to slap a bunch of flat rides from everybody's favorite carnival into this place, and now you're junking it up again. Anyway.
But you know where this all leads to, Culture. We know why the original Paul Pressler era or Cynthia Harris era didn't work out. It's because people, unfortunately, lost their lives due to poor maintenance procedures, lack of training, and so forth, right? We've already had somebody get devastatingly injured as part of this lack of maintenance procedures or preventive measures not being taken care of here.
And if this was Six Flags, if this was a second tier company, without the reputation, without the heritage, without the excellence that everyone expects, you could say this is just a problem of our age. And look at this plane with Boeing having the door blow off, or all of these other things that are breaking that never used to break because people are hiring firms based on DEI and not on competence. But you know what? Disney's supposed to be better. Disney's supposed to be the best.
They're charging for it?
I had a friend once who was the food and beverage manager of the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, the hotel you all know from the movie Pretty Woman, that's right in the heart of Beverly Hills, that's been a classic fixture of the area forever. And at that time, when I knew him, there was a big deal because the Kimpton hotel chain up in San Francisco had hired Wolfgang Puck and had him redo their restaurants to farm them out rather than do them in-house. And this guy said to me, he says, I'd love to do that, but I can't, even with a good person, lower the standards once because I'll never get the reputation back. I'll never get it back again if people get anything other than excellence. I'd love to spend less money. I'd love to make the balance sheet work out. But I have to maintain that reputation because that's what we're all about. There doesn't seem to be that same mentality, except, there you go, Disney Sea. Disney Sea. That's my bucket list, is to go there.
I put that up because you are charging at sometimes over $160 to get into a park with that kind of finish work, when you can go to Tokyo and get in, because the currency exchange, for about half that. And you're getting what you see on the screen right now. That's the difference. And they're fleecing people. And apparently some of Iger's compensation is tied up in Parks performance. Is that right, Jonas?
Yes, that's going back to the proxy statement. These are the things that he's bragging about as he's talking about why he should be paid what he's paid. Tron Light Cycle Run, that took 6 years to construct.
Which is a copy of something they did elsewhere.
Right, is an exact duplicate of something that was made in Shanghai, and it still somehow took them 6 years to construct it. And by the time it came together, they had those busted lights in there. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which
copied in Disneyland from the original.
It's a clone. Toontown. Right. They lost the institutional knowledge in order to know how to do that correctly, and they messed it up. San Francisco, you've seen how busted that. I keep using the word busted. I'm trying to come up with something more eloquent, but it's just too perfect of a word to describe everything that they have done with all of these attractions that Bob Iger is basing his pay off of. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have you been to any of these attractions recently, or have you not been able to see around the repair walls? Tell us your thoughts, because we would love to know. This clip was part of our now regular Thursday live stream, which starts at noon Eastern Time. Of course, if you're not in that time zone, just hit the notification bell if you'd like YouTube to tell you when that is. Like this video if you like this video. If you know someone who is as interested as we are in this kind of thing, then maybe you should share the link with them. And of course, please consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.